here's a very quick tutorial on how I did some of these nails. So I'm going to show you how to do this one on a swatch stick, but for these it's the same process as this one, except after you're done doing the black and the nude pink color, I went back over with one of these and I dipped it in base, and then I drew this half circle, this moon thing right here, and then I just poured the teal over the top, and then I would flatten it down with a finger, and then I just put top coat on over it, and it was just fine. It's pretty smooth and flush to the nail. So same thing that I did over here. I just drew on the shape after I did this one, pressed it down, activated, and threw the top coat on over the top. Similar to this one, because you can't really dip your nail in sideways like that. So I took care of the teal and the pink, and then I came over the top, drew a really straight line, as straight as I could, with the black, filled it in, poured the black over the top, smushed it down, activated, and then threw on the top coat. But I'm going to show you how to do this one really quick. So I don't know where my Said Nudes color is, so I'm just going to use Whose Kid Is This? Oops, it's still a light color. It'll do the trick. So I'm going to dip 2 layers of this base color. And so this, I'm using Dipsy Dip's Whose Kid Is This, which I think is just a hilarious name. Oops. I didn't grab my cupcake liners, so I'm going to be making a mess today. Brush off the extra. Okay, do it one more time. And when I do these swatch sticks, I apologize. I'm not the most careful with my layers of the base, and so it gets a little sloppy and a little bumpy, but on your actual nail, you'd want to use really thin layers and keep it nice and neat, but you guys will get the idea. At least I hope so anyway. So that is the 2 layers of that. Go ahead and dust off the extra. So for this one, what you want to do, you'll apply the base coat to the whole nail, and then, wonder if I have an extra cup. So don't mind this has a different color in it. But you'll apply the base to the whole nail, and then you'll take the black, and then you dip your finger in, just, I guess I can demonstrate since I don't have any base on here. So you'll get your powder at an angle like that. That makes it easier. And so you'll apply the base coat to the whole nail. You'll dip your thumb into the black just about like this. And you see how that creates a really nice even line. And then when you pull it up, you'll pull it up this way. Okay? And so that'll give you your black line. And then when you tap off the extra, you don't want to go like this, because that black is going to travel up into that color, which you don't want. And you don't want it to go all the way upside down either, because it'll float up to this color. So you want to hold it at this exact same angle, tap off the extra, and then you're going to immediately dip into the purple color, not the purple, the teal color. So your base here is still wet. You're going to take the teal color and you're going to dip at the opposite angle, okay, like that, and pull it up the same way like that. So as you can see, I did a bad job following the lines, but because the black already absorbed the base there, when you dip it into the next color, that color isn't going to stay here. It's just going to be applied here. And then what you would do you would go back over to your lighter color, and if your base is still wet, you can pour over the lighter color and it'll fill in this area. It'll absorb that base without changing the colors or the lines down here. So that being said, I will show you on a swatch stick. Get all that off my finger. Okay, the stick. Here he is. Okay, so we have dusted off all the extra. We have Dipsy Dip, Onyx, and Sea Breeze. Sea Breeze is like one of my favorite colors right now. Isn't that pretty? Get the Onyx out. Okay. So, this might look a little strange with the purple. It's not quite the same tone as this, but that'll be okay. So you apply the base to your entire nail. I'm going to do even just a little bit more. With these designs, because the base dries so quickly, I do a layer that's a little bit thicker than what I would normally do, just to make sure it doesn't dry before I have time to actually do my design. So then you take your powder at an angle, and you dip it in really slowly at just the angle you want. Okay. Just like so. It got a little curvy there at the end, so I'm gonna dip it again like that to straighten out that line. So then hold it at this angle, tap off the extra, and then when you go into the blue at the other angle, it'll do just the blue there. And then because our base is still wet, we can take some of this and sprinkle over the top to absorb any of that extra base coat. I'm just making a mess here. No big deal. So you can see that design kind of coming through. And then we're going to dust off that extra. And as I dust, you can see it's just the black under there. I didn't get any of the teal on the black. And once you activate, it'll clear up too. Clear up teal. Okay. I like that color combination a lot. And that's exactly how you do it. So let's throw on some activator. And here's a little tip with your activator. You can either get 2 activators and keep one for the light and one for the dark. Or what I like to do is I activate in sections. So I'll just take my activator and I'll put a little dot here, and that'll start to activate everything. I'll just put a little dot here and let it spread on its own. Put a dot here. And then I'll go back through and do this. And what that does is if you were to maybe hold your nail like this and pull the activator down this way, that black, because it's so pigmented, is going to bleed into that purple color, which you don't want. So you can just touch it to these, let it activate, touch it here, and see it even kind of stains your brush a little bit. So I just keep a little paper towel here and I rub off the black on it to keep my brush clean. Okay, And there you go. Then once the activator is dry, you buff it a little bit, you apply your top coat, and you're good to go. Although really, I would maybe encapsulate it in clear, so when you buff, you don't take it away, but